Hey, what's up guys, this is Gaming Strategy TV on YouTube, and I'll be showing you some Super Smash Bros. Brawl gameplay today, just because I'm bored and I don't feel like doing any other, games, because that'll take too much time. So anyway, I'll be showing you, this is my setup for my controller, because I believe this is the best format, because I guess it optimizes your gameplay. In my opinion, everyone's entitled to their own. So I'll be showing you some of, I think, the better characters. And as you're seeing me do, I'm setting up the game. I like stock, which is basically a set amount of lives. Timed is just too quick for me. You don't get the savor of the battle. Anyway, so if you really want to make games more interesting, against the CPU at least, put them on level 9, because then you'll definitely get better as you play. So I just changed my color because I think Snake looks much more badass in this camo. So anyway, you're going to be seeing me use a couple combos that you may not be familiar with. For instance, that's the Snake Dash. And the reason why this is a complicated combo is because it's a really quick amount of button mashes all together. So it's kind of like a glitch where you're not really supposed to be able to do it, but just because the certain amount of buttons that you hit at the right time allows you to do that. So anyway, if you want to know how to do that, just tell me and I'll answer you below in the comments. I probably saved the link right there. I actually didn't. So I give him the, instead of hiding my face in shame because it was so bad. Oh, no, I wouldn't be hiding my face in shame. I'm shunning him because that sucks to turn. Anyway, the point is, when you play a Snake, you really want to, keep your distance, because your main weapons are distance tools. But if you ever get into close combat, what you want to do is, there's always the overpowered RPG. As you'll see here, I'm just kind of spamming the Snake Dash because it's so frantic, and you're doing that roll dodge, and when you're doing that, you kind of make them flinch, and at the same time you have, mortar rounds flying through the air, so kind of, makes the other person panic. But this is a CPU, so they're not in the same condition as people. So anyway, the point is, you definitely want to utilize Snake's stronger A moves, because Snake has some of the most overpowered A moves in the game. When I mean A moves, if you've never played Super Smash Bros. Before, is that there are different kinds of A moves. First, you have the regular A moves, which are, you just tap the A button. Then you have these stronger A moves, which are, when you see me do those, for instance, the RPG, the mortar round shooting upwards, or the, digging the mine in the ground. To do those, you have to hold A and the up on the control button simultaneously, and it's possible for you to hold it to charge it up. Charging it up makes it more powerful, and therefore, the objective is to send the guy off the stage. So, but the trade-off is that it takes longer to use that when you just power it up. Anyway, another thing that Snake is really good at is his A combo. It's a little different. I know this is going to sound confusing. We have 3 sets that he knows. For instance, I just covered the regular A combo where you just tap A. The power moves, which you hold A and the control stick in a certain direction at the same time. And then there's this other kind of medium between them where you kind of slightly hold the control stick in a certain direction, and you hit the A button. And for Snake, that's first you need them, and then when you hit A again, you kind of do kind of smash them with your arms. So it's kind of like a really quick combo. So my next character is Luigi, and he's one of the most fun characters to use. He's just as my brother calls him, he's the biggest troll on this planet because his characteristics are so ridiculous. The reason why is because I feel like his moves can break combos very easily. For instance, if you're doing I don't know, some kind of, let's say with Diddy Kong, you're doing a charge smash, and as you're using it, Luigi can be using another move, and it'll just cancel your move out completely. So this probably doesn't make much sense, but if you played the game, it probably makes more sense. Anyway, if you're ever versing Diddy Kong, some of the things you may want to utilize is definitely pick the bananas off the ground, because those can be a pain in the ass if you just let them sit on the ground and you slip constantly. So one of the moves, movesets that Luigi, one of his more powerful movesets, I should say, this is B to the side. A slight change from melee is that you can now hold it indefinitely, so you just don't, once you charge it up completely, you can hold it there as long as you want, instead of firing off immediately. So one of the moves, like right over here, this, as many people may call it spam, but that's one of the moves that breaks combos or disrupts a move set, is that move, the A dash move, which is you're dashing and you hit the A button and you kind of do that dash movement. So if you don't know why I'm jumping in the air trying to do that move, which is in the air, as in you're same thing if you're on the ground. You jump in the air and you hit A, and in a certain direction you'll use a certain move. So jump in the air and use A down. A lot of characters have these things called meteor smashes. Some are more powerful than others, and some are more obvious to the eye. And what meteor smashes do is that if you're in the air and your opponent's also in the air and you're above them and you use the move, which is an A down combo in the air, they'll be sent immediately downwards. So it's almost impossible if you're kind of off the stage and to the side, that it's almost impossible for your enemy to recover, because they're being sent straight downwards, and as you know, you only have a limited amount of recovery. So I think over here, I think the last kill I get, you'll see me use the meteor smash. So, like for instance, I think Ganondorf has one, which is really powerful. It's called, I think it's, my friends and I dubbed it the Thunder Stomp because it's ridiculous. So you'll see me, I think I use it right over here. So as you see, that's the meteor smash, sends them straight down. So that's something you may want to utilize in the future if you still play this game. I love Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Something to do when you're just really bored. Nice easy game. It's not like what is it, Mortal Kombat or other fighting games, which you have to smash different buttons and like 6 different buttons to use a move. This is a pretty straightforward game. So another character that, this may not be the best character, but one of my favorite characters is Samus, because I used her in Melee a lot, because she was actually really OP in that game. Unfortunately, they cut down her power a lot and made a lot of her moves much slower. So another thing you want to do when you're playing a game, well, this game at least, you definitely want to predict what the move's next, the player's next move may be. Because being able to do that, you can get in a lot of really great combos that you may not be able to do otherwise. Like, you kind of assume what they're gonna do. So, if you don't know this, Samus and Link have chain grabs, which mean that when you use a grab, you shoot out a chain, or in this case, kind of like a plasma lasso, and that can be used for grabbing, or if you're off the stage and you want to grab it horizontally, because sometimes it's not a good scenario for you to, for instance, there you'll see that the reason why instead of doing a B up move, which is your third jump, which is, you just saw me do that, if you want to avoid being meteor smashed, because Rob the Robot's A down is a meteor smash, and to avoid that, you use a horizontal grab. So if you don't know this, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, there are a maximum of 3 jumps per character, except for Yoshi. Yoshi only has 2 jumps because each jump for Yoshi is, I don't know how to say it. You get a lot of height per jump. For most characters, you get 3 jumps with. And the other, cases that aren't like that are Ness and, what's it, Ness and Lucas. Now, to use their jumps, you would have to use B up, and you kind of electrocute yourself by shooting a thunderbolt back at yourself. Make sure you do it at the right angle. So I believe the next character, well, yes, the next character I'm choosing is Falco. Now you're going to see a new kind of tactic. It's called chain grabbing. If you've heard the term before, or if someone's used it on you before, it's very annoying for your opponent, for that to happen to you. So I'm chain grabbing them, and what you do when you do chain grab, you repeatedly, deal damage to them while you're grabbing them, continually moving them towards the end of the stage, and the last one will probably, you want to get them off the stage so that when they have enough damage, that you use an A down move, which you saw right there, kind of like a spiral in midair, and that will send them straight down, and that will kill them almost immediately. So now, the one thing I never got with Falco is that he's a bird, but he falls like a rock. He's like, I guess he has clipped wings or something, but never fully understood why he can't jump, and he falls like a rock. Fox, he's a fox, and he's, it's like he's less dense. He doesn't fall as fast, and he has higher, jumps than Falco. But Falco has some really great air moves. I mean air moves, like, you get the other opponent in the air. Some characters are better than others, where you want to keep your opponent in the air and just keep on hitting them out, up, so eventually they'll fall, off the screen or off the map. So over here I'm doing nice quick 1, 2, 3 kill right there. Like as I mentioned before, some meteor smashes aren't as powerful as others. Falco's isn't the most powerful, but it does have the general direction of sending you downward. So I'm trying to finish this map, this match really quickly. Do my little taunt, and Donkey Kong isn't going down without a fight. I really hate that move where Donkey Kong just smashes you into the ground. You're kind of paralyzed, and then he punches you with a fully charged B. Now, if you don't know how to do a fully charged B, because I've, at my school, I've seen it, people using Samus or Lucario or Donkey Kong. Their B moves aren't just, a one-time move. Like, you can charge it up. All you do is you hit the B button and you just let, don't touch it again or any other control, and the move will charge up by itself. Now, if you want to kind of stop that charge, a really easy way to do that is to move the control stick front or back, and you'll do a roll dodge. Now, what a roll dodge is, you hold the R button, which is the shield button, and you move the control stick in either direction, the left or right. What that will do is you kind of do an evasive dodge that where no one can hit you, and you move out of the way of the hit. So instead of allowing your shield to be hit, you just kind of avoid the hit. Now, there's something also known as the air dodge, where you hold the R button and you hold the R button when you're on the ground, and you move the control stick downwards, and you'll kind of do an air, a roll dodge in place. So you're kind of like evading the move while standing in the same place. Kind of like you're moving back and forth like in a third dimension. That because in this game it's it's like on a flat plane where you can only move back and forth. This is kind of like you're moving out of the way. So this is just let me do a couple roll dodges. Now, the reason why it's called an air dodge is because when you're jumping in the air and you hit the R button, when you're in the air and you hit the R button, you do kind of like, I don't know, some kind of evasive twirling in the air. I'm not sure how that helps you dodge, but don't argue with game logic. That's impossible. But anyway, so you continually see me use A down in the air because I'm trying to use his meteor smash. Some meteor smashes are slower than others, so it doesn't always help. So you're about to see the most overpowered meteor smashes. Now, there's something called spikes, which are like meteor smashes, but in the horizontal direction. So instead of hitting your opponent straight down, they send your opponent horizontally really far. So basically, some characters that have that ability are, I believe, Zelda, and I think oh my god, I'm having my mind is going blank. Anyway, I think you'll see me do a couple thunder stomps, which is my dubbed version of Ganondorf's meteor smash. Like, as I was mentioning before, that some characters have really incredible air attacks. One of those characters is definitely Rob the Robot, where he just jumps and you hit the A move, while you're still in the air, and he does this kind of like spin that and shoots fire, or is like out of his thruster, and that hits everything. That does a lot of damage. And now, Super Smash Bros. Brawl isn't always about inflicting damage, because damage definitely helps, but you definitely want to get in those moves that have a lot of knockback. This isn't like other games where you have to keep on hitting them, and they have like a health bar, and hit it enough times so it'll go down, and your enemy will die. So you want to get in those weaker moves, which are usually very fast and repetitive, to kind of add up the damage points. As you can see here on the bottom, I have 47% damage, and the more damage you have, the more when you get the more damage you have, the next time you get hit, you'll have more knockback. So the objective is kind of like hitting your opponent either off the stage or off the screen. Well, this is concluding my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it isn't, like my other videos which I've been doing, but I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe and like this video, and please check out my other videos on my channel. Thanks for